Hello, hi, good evening, everyone. How are you all?
Hey, good evening.
Good evening, Shweta. My name is Suma. I would be your trainer, people. And let me go ahead and ask you all people about your profile, and then I'll introduce myself to you. Okay, let's start with Ashish. We are just sharing our profile so that just to have a better understanding from where are you people coming from and what's store for you all into Workday. We would be talking about, everything about Workday today. Okay, so let's start with your profile first, and then let's see. We'll go ahead and see the PPT, and we'll just talk about it. Take it, people. So let's say Ashish, do we have you on the call, dear?
Yes, I'm on the call.
Yes. Could you just brief me about your profile so that I should have much more knowledge about my trainees who are there attending to me, right? So need to understand your profile. Where are you people coming from? Okay.
Uh,
Hey, hi. This is Kavya, and I'm just starting out in my career after completing my master's in information systems in New York. And lately, I've been really drawn to this HR tech world and Workday, which is like very exciting to me. And
Mhm.
I love how it's transforming the organizations, manage people and processes. And even as a fresher, I'm excited by the chance to grow into Workday, where I can blend my interest in technology and problem solving with the real world business impact. So yeah, I'm here today to learn more about the platform and understand how I can build a strong foundation in Workday from the start of my career.
Kavya, this can be a blessing for you, Kavya, choosing this stream. If we were at this stage and if someone would have guided me to choose this stream, like when I have to start my career, it would have been a boom to me, right? So for you,
Mhm.
what I'm trying to tell you is it's a blessing for you that you are at the right path. You are starting your career at this stage. So you would be like 3 years down the line, you would be pro at it, Kavya. You would be earning like amazing, you would be booming your career. So you're most welcome up your career, Kavya. And I would be here to take care of with your training modules. We won't be doing much more theory into it because I'm not that person who would be like, just giving you all the script and I'll tell you all to, mug up or do this way. No, I'm a practical female. I love to learn. I love to learn the way I try to understand it when it is shown to me, when the systems are near to me, when I see the fields, when I see my system, that time I can understand. The same way I would go ahead and portray it to y'all with my experience. I am having 14 years of experience into Workday people. I have worked on different projects. You talk about from the architecture level till the procurement. I have carried away my projects handy. Okay, so I would, if at all I have to explain you some chapters, okay, I won't be giving you any kind of a theory, okay. I would be showing it to you in a pictorial way so that kids understand. They remember the images when which they see. That's 100% of image is being stuck to your brain. So the similar way, I need to go ahead and apply it into my training. Okay. This is how I teach my students. This is how I teach my training. So people, let's rock. Okay. You are choosing the right path. So your Kavya, as I told you, it's a blessing. So you're most welcome up here into my team, Kavya.
Thank you. I'm really excited about this.
Amazing. Okay. So please bear with me if I'm making you all bore or something. Stop me there and there. Okay. We'll keep talking with you all then. I'm a very talkative person. I love to talk. Okay. Please, if you all get bored anytime during the session of PPT, then stop me. I'll go ahead and make it more exciting for you all then. Take care, people. Let me know if my screen is visible to you all.
Yes, it is.
Yes, yes, it is.
yes, it is.
Welcome to the Workday demo session, people. I am the trainer. My name is Suma. I am being certified with the Workday consultant. I have 14 years of experience and I have worked on multiple projects, people. If I am have to really explain you all with my project details, I do the walkthrough for my clients. Walkthrough is like, telling everything to the client what I have implemented, what I have integrated into the systems. I am going ahead and explaining him how to go ahead and use it. So this is how my profile is acting up here into my company. So I am the whole and soul, you can say that, who acts and represent herself, or, represent my company to the client. Okay. This is my job profile where I'm doing the walkthrough for all the projects people. I have worked on several projects, people. So I can go ahead and, when I have to go ahead and portray, or when I have to go ahead and explain y'all any of the concept wise, it would be only on the live experience, live projects. I would be doing the demo sessions. I would be going ahead and giving you all the sessions which I have worked upon the projects, people. There is no theoretical knowledge which is going to be provided to y'all. That's the biggest promise that I'm making up for y'all. All the data that we are going to go ahead and configure or implement into our system, it would be purely on the project wise. The real time scenarios, the real time experiences that I'm going to share it with you all. That's a promise. Okay. Now, if you would understand that, why Workday and why do I have to even join Workday? Because let me just tell you a little bit of story up here. Let me just go back to the history who started the Workday. There were two friends, okay? There was a guy named David Duffel, and the other one was Anil Bhusri. They were two friends. They were working for PeopleSoft, okay? They were working into operations. So over there, they have the entire IT training wherein the data they have to go ahead and, even go ahead and share some of the minute data. It was very trickier for them, even to understand the PeopleSoft portals and all. Okay, we do have one of the trainee up here also who is using the PeopleSoft. He knows how the PeopleSoft is working up here. Okay, we did when we talked about the PeopleSoft, we did had the entire IT team who has to take care of the data, data migration, data upload, even to have the maintenance. It was a big kind of a fortune to be invested into the IT systems. So these two friends decided, you know what? Let's start up a workday which should be put up to the cloud. Okay. Cloud is nothing else that in a real sense, they go and put something on the cloud. It's nothing like that. They put that application onto the internet, people. Okay. That becomes your ERP. Into the layman term, if I have to explain it to you all, that becomes your ERP. Wherever you go, you are able to access that data. Wherever you go, if suppose you are in UK, you are in London, you are in Egypt, you are able to go ahead and pull up the data from anywhere sitting down, even from Mumbai. I'm able to go ahead and pull up the data with my client who's sitting in US. Okay, this is how they designed and framed the workday. Okay, and then they told that let's not use the PeopleSoft because it's using all the primitive measures and all the cost and expenses for the IT team is also too expensive. Okay, let's create a workday portal which will never ever go primitive, which will be staying alive forever. So the first question for you all people, if I have chosen the workday as my career, I will say that this profile will never ever go primitive because every firm, if you will talk about every company, has workday requirement because the data has to be incorporated with the company, with the organization. You need to go ahead and have the security. Okay, so the workday is the answer for every of the organization, wherever the fields, wherever the firms you're choosing across, rather it can be in finance, either it can be in health, or either it can be an IT domain sector. You people are open for all the sectors into the entire bowl. And this profile will never ever get, downgraded, or your profile can't go primitive. Okay. So this is the best part wherein these two friends came across and they started up with the workday. They told that let's create an application which would be put onto the cloud. And even that's called the ERP. ERP is nothing else, but it is an enterprise resource management where they created a workday in such a manner that all the verticals should come together and work along together. So this is how they put across into the ERP. And they organize in such a way that every staff, every the payment, the compensation department, the development department, okay, development department, I'm talking about the architecture level that I'm working along with. As I'm working as a work too, I'm doing the client management up here. I have to go ahead and take care of the architecture level. So yes, this is what the workday is all talking all about for the development part. Okay. When we talk about the architecture level into Workday, it's in kind of a very hierarchy level. Hierarchy as in a top-notch level into the position people. Okay. So this is how the Workday started up with two friends, and this is how till now, till date, people we are booning up with the Workday. Okay, because this profile will never ever get primitive. This is what the two friends has given us the application that's called the Workday. So the key benefits, you can see that here's any which ways I told you all that they have put it on the cloud. The cloud is not the real cloud which they're talking about. They put this application onto the internet wherein it can be accessible 24 by 7. Okay. We do have a proper login IDs. We just need, proper credentials to log in and a super powerful internet connection. That is it. Then you are good to go with the workday. You just have that link. You are able to log in. That is it. Your work is done. You do not need a proper, kind of a big or machines to go ahead and install this particular application. That's so easy. Okay. Either you talk about, as I told you all, either you all can talk about finance, healthcare, HR, or some planning or employee engagement sector. You people are open for any of the streams people. Okay? You do not require any coders, as I told you. We don't need any programmers. When we talk about Workday, it's all about efficiency because all the data is getting edited. The audit team is also there to take care of your data. And when we talk about Workday, the data is so secured, people, you cannot breach the security with Workday. That's the best part about it. There is no single chance that there is a single slight error which can be created with Workday. This is how the Workday is designed smartly. Yes, Kavya.
I'm so sorry for interrupting. I just have a quick doubt. So,
Yes.
how does Workday differ from SAP or Oracle? Because I've seen there are a lot of organizations still using Oracle and SAP.
That's correct. If I have to give you the difference between, Oracle, PeopleSoft, or let's say for SAP also, these tools are very complicated, Kavya. Okay.
Mhm.
The way Workday is giving the user interface, data flow is very easier as compared to the terminologies which we are using for SAP and for Oracle, either for PeopleSoft. The flow of data, the user interface of the data, it's very difficult and tricky, and it's not easier to manage with the clients, or if you talk about even with the part of integration. Okay, when we are doing the technical stuff, we would be knowing that you need to create some kind of a connectors to go ahead and implement your system. Okay, so
Mhm.
it was very difficult for us to go ahead and even incorporate our data. If suppose your company is using an old system, okay, let's say in 2005 you were working with some of the other organization and your organization wanted to move those employees to a new organization. So what, there were no options, right? So the Oracle came into picture, they took up the data, they did the blueprint, and they go ahead and copy and paste it into the Oracle. Okay. So they were using all the legacy systems. They were migrating their data with the legacy pattern. But now over here into Workday, if I have to compare with the other systems, people, this is it, it is just taking 5 minutes of your time and you are migrating the data like you're eating some kind of an biscuits, or you can say that you're just having a popcorn. It's so easier. This
Okay,
is what the
that's great.
biggest difference is all about. This is so user friendly that within 1 hour you are able to go ahead and do all kind of an activities that has to be performed in that particular SLA. SLA is nothing else but it's a time slab that has been given by the client to your people. This is the major difference if you'll talk about with the SAP, is if you talk about with the Oracle PeopleSoft. We do have one more people up here into our systems, right? We do have a trainee who is working on PeopleSoft. He would definitely, I would like him to share his experience with the PeopleSoft. See, he being into PeopleSoft, now you understand, Kavya, why he is trying to, shift to Workday. You're understanding the logic behind it.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Understand.
He's very smart, he's very smart. He just wanted to run around with the, new systems now. He want to play it with Workday now. So he knows
Yeah.
how hassle he has taken, what pain he has went through with the people. So he doesn't want to enjoy that now. He says, leave it behind. I'll work with Workday now. Okay. So this is so easier.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for this.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Kavya. Okay. So as we talk about people, our data is being served on internet. Okay. It is a cloud-based application. When we talk about Workday, Workday is serving the application onto the cloud. It doesn't mean that, as I told you all, it would be on the cloud. It would be on the internet. Okay, it would be on the internet. You need to have a proper access and a authenticating user ID. That is it. Okay. When we talk about the cloud computing, there are several advantages also that we would be looking forward, but these are the things that we would be requiring. When we have to go ahead and, later install Oracle. Earlier, we were using the PeopleSoft. We required big servers. We required big storage devices. We required different kind of a database access approvals, all the blueprints, all the documentations, everything. But now over here, these all things are cancelled. These are voided for you all. We just require the proper authenticating user ID, okay, and your proper internet service, okay, wherein there shouldn't be any glitch with the server team with you all. So all the data that you see up here, you just need an application. Okay, your system application should be having a proper access user ID and proper internet. That is it. All your data is secured onto the cloud-based application, that is the Workday. Okay? You do not require approvals. You do not require the IT teams. All the server is being taken care of by the software as a service team. Okay. I would rather go ahead and show it to you. What is a service team, people? Okay. This is the cloud-based model. We as a Workday are performing this SaaS model. Okay. I will tell you the difference between all of them. Let's start with IaaS model. IaaS is infrastructure as a service. When we talk about the cloud service people, the big companies like, let's say for Google, okay? For example, Google is a company who is purchasing the cloud as an infrastructure. They have their own office, a big, huge office, the Google office. You all might have seen in the YouTube and all, right? I wish I would have even worked over there. Okay. Down the line, that's my dream company. Let's say I'm hoping for it. Okay. So let's say, for example, infrastructure. When Google is purchasing the infrastructure, he is purchasing the entire organization. He's purchasing the company that you can see, touch, and feel. It is very expensive, wherein he is even getting a network architectures along with when he purchased the Google Office. Okay, so we as a Workday are not so rich and filthy people. So we don't go ahead and do this IaaS as a service. We don't have our infrastructure. Okay, did you all understand what is IaaS, people? IaaS is nothing else but we are purchasing the cloud as a service with the organization that you can see, touch, and feel. That's called the company infrastructure. That whatever you see, the Google has a big office. That's the infrastructure that they have purchased. Okay, that's from the cloud, and they have got
So,
the.
yeah, Suma, sorry to interrupt you. Actually, can you off the captions because I'm not able to
This
see.
is
Yeah.
this is what been pasted with the screenshot. So please
Oh,
mind it. Please do not mind this up. This IaaS. That is it. That is it.
oh, okay, okay, got it.
Okay. But later on, I'll just take care of it for removing this part out for you all.
Okay. Oh,
Okay. Yeah. So this IaaS stands for, platform as a service, wherein your infrastructure, wherein you can see the buildings, big, huge towers and all. You would be even getting the architecture along with it. Okay. So what Google has done, Google said that, I don't want the SaaS, I don't want the PaaS, but let me go ahead and take an IaaS. IaaS is cloud infrastructure building. Okay. All the building we have purchased with the network engineers. Okay. Now comes over here, application developers. Let's say, for example, iPhone people. Okay. These are the application developers. For example, iPhone has, whenever we are using an iPhone, we do have an application. We go ahead and use an app store, Apple Store, right? When we are using, Android phones, we use a Google Store. So the Google Store and the Apple Store becomes our PaaS, becomes our platform as a service. So the iPhone people, okay, the iPhone company is using the cloud service that is called PaaS. They are using platform as a service. They have their own application, they have their own infrastructure. But what they said, you know what, I don't want such a, the costly infrastructure. Let me just go ahead and purchase only the cloud service as in PaaS. So iPhone just went ahead with the cloud and they went ahead and purchased the PaaS that's called the platform as a service. That's called their Apple Store. Okay. Now talking about a Workday, we as a Workday have chosen the very minimum and very easier and very noble SAS that's called a SaaS, that stands for software as a service. I'll repeat it again. We as a Workday are using the cloud service that is called SaaS. SaaS is nothing else but it is a software as a service. We have not purchased the infrastructure. We have not purchased our application. We are using SaaS as a service. Okay. Let's talk about the benefit of SaaS. When you talk about SaaS, you are doing as pay as you go. For example, as I told you all, I'm not going to give you any theory or any gyan to you all. Okay. Let me talk about a real time scenario. Let's say you people are using Netflix. Okay. You are just subscribing, you are paying for what you're using. When you don't need Netflix, you go ahead and unsubscribe that Netflix application. The similar way, we as a Workday also, we subscribe to a channel that's on the cloud application that's called SaaS, software as a service. We are just paying. If suppose you wanted to use it for 1 year, you purchase a subscription for 1 year. Once you're using that application that's called Workday, you do not go ahead and pay it for later on. If you wanted to extend the subscription, that's a different ball game altogether. But now, if you're just using it for 1 year, you are just paying what you're using for. You're just paying as you go. This is why we say that we, as a service, we are just using as pay as we go. Am I making sense to you all? Is it something very boring, people, or everything is going from top of your head? Is it like that?
no, it's quite understandable.
Okay, cool then. I'll continue with my people then. Okay. Okay. So when we talk about Workdays as a SaaS, software as a service, why we are using SaaS? Let's see. As I told you all, my application is put onto the internet. That's on the cloud. Okay. I'm sitting in Mumbai. I can access from anywhere. Any of the clients, I can access my server. So my productivity is 100%. Even though if I'm on vacation, if I have to go ahead and approve someone's leaves, or if I have to go ahead and give you a time off, I can go ahead and do it. Okay, there is no hassle for me. I'll just log in. My work would be done. Even though during my vacations, I'm doing the approvals for you. So the productivity over here is 100% people. There is no chances where there would be a limitation to it. Okay. We are giving you 100% margin, even though when we are giving you the productivity people, when we talk about the work. Okay. And we do not have to even take care of the storage because the cloud is, taking care of for the software as a service. You do not have to worry for the storage devices, whether, whether my applications would be big enough. Would I be able to go ahead and install it into my system? No, you do not have to even worry for your offsite storage systems also, because everything is put onto the cloud. You do not have to worry. You have to just click on the link. You are good to go there. That is it. As we talked about, there is no maintenance cost to it. You don't require a big team to go ahead and look after your servers. You don't need any kind of a monitoring for it. The maintenance cost is 0%, as you can see that when we talk about the Workday application. Okay. As we all know that this Workday application would be a security access portal wherein not at all the breaching can happen with the security part, because all the data has been taken well cared of. So the disaster management team with the server, okay, goes ahead and incorporate with the Workday so that you shouldn't go ahead and miss any of the minute details with the Workday. Okay. The security is so powerful that you cannot go ahead and breach any of the data people. Okay. Even though by mistake, if at all some audit trails comes across to you all, you can go ahead and give the proof that it was a system glitch. That Workday would take care of it. You do not even have to worry about it. All the proofs, all the login, all the details, the minute transactions that you're doing, everything is getting recorded into the Workday application people. So the audit team has the proof of every minute details that you're going to perform into the Workday. So the disaster management is like 100% when we talk about the Workday. Okay. As we all know that you do not have to take the ownership at as a lower cost of ownership. You don't have to worry if my server would be up, my server would be down. You do not have to worry. Just you would be logging into your system and you would be working during your working hours. That is it. Okay. This is very easily upgradable. If at all, every Saturday and Sunday, the system get upgraded. There are some minute changes here and there into the workday. So if at all there is some heavy kind of changes or notifications being put across to you, that the upgrade management team would take care of and give you the training for it. This is so easy. A little bit of, the fields and all the minute changes does happen into workday, but it is not that tricky that you won't understand. It is easily upgradable. Okay. So this is where the benefits of a workday. And as I told you all, my workday would be divided into two sections. I would be taking care of functional as well as the technical part people. As I come from the architecture level, I am capable enough to train you all with the integration part too. Okay. So my functional training would be comprised of 8 chapters. Okay. One would be the core concepts of navigation, which we would be seeing the basic navigation, how to, go ahead and see the icons, how to go ahead and see all the components what's stored for us into Workday, how the Workday user interface looks like, what are the usage of the profiles and everything. We would be seeing everything into the details into the chapter number 1. Chapter number 2 would be comprised of all the organizations in Workday. That means we will create the company from the scratch. For example, if I have to create a company, okay, and I would say that I am going to create a company, let's say Westside, okay, into my Workday. I have to have my proper location. I have to set up a proper cost center. Okay. I have to have a, supervisory hierarchy. If I have to say, you people might have doing your family tree into your, into your school times, right? The similar way I would be creating a family tree into the workday also. I will say that, this person would be my grandfather, this person would be my father. This is how I'm creating a family. The same way I would say that this person would be working as my CEO, then this person would be working as an executive officer. Then under him, there would be certain departments who would follow the lead. This is what my second chapter would be comprised. Okay, I'm creating the entire hierarchy. I'm creating entire company. You talk about the location. I would be needing a compensation team. So I would be creating a call center also. Okay. So this is what my second chapter would be talking about. When we talk about the staffing modules, the third part, it would be creating the profiles. It would be talking all about for the positions. We would be creating and we would be hiring some employees into our organization. This is how the staffing modules would be acting upon. When you talk about the jobs and positions, we would be creating the positions as, say, for example, if I wanted to go ahead and open the position for HR analyst, how the data can be amended or how the data can be created for the positions. The compensation and the security, these chapters will be a little tricky, people, because we would be creating the compensation from the scratch. We all people are here to get the salary at the end of the day because we need to put the bread on the table. So the compensation structure, we would be taking care of very minute into very trickier part. Okay, we would be creating all the details from the scratch. Okay, every details, how the salary, how the data will be flowing into the workday, we would be learning the compensation chapter. We as a consultant would be only taking care of whatever we get enhanced salary. We talk about that. When we talk about enhanced salary, it would be all in the positive side. But when we talk about the negative side, negative as in like, the payroll team takes care of for the negative markings like your PF, like your deductions for some of the leaves that you're carried forward. Okay. Whatever the deductions are there into the system, you won't be entitled to take care of it into the compensation chapter B. Whatever is in the plus side, you are going to only learn and take care of at the compensation side. Then the sixth chapter that's called the security groups. It is comprising of, taking care of the domain access, the business access. When we talk about whom to give the access, can that be having a view, modify or edit or resign? That means canceling the data. This is what we are going to learn into the security groups. Okay. Then in the second chapter, that's kind of a very, again, into, more in depth of business process and all. And the last chapter, that is all about the transactions, what all daily basis activities that you're going to perform, that you're going to see it into the chapter number 8. So this is what the overall information that I have given you about the chapters that would be comprised into functional part. Are you all okay with the functional syllabus, people? Did you all understand or like you might be thinking
Yes,
what
yes,
she might be
absolutely.
talking? Okay.
Yeah, but I did.
And this is to technical people. Just see and just understand. Your role would be only till the core connectors. You do not have to work about the Workday Studio because this is an architectural application. Me as a consultant working as an architecture level, I just want y'all to get the feel of the team. So I included this chapter into my training module because you know what happens at times. If at all I am training if at all I'm doing a walkthrough, okay, with my projects. I want my team to understand what I'm talking all about, even when I'm presenting something, right? So I would just rather give you a gist of how the layout of my applications look like. Okay. This is what I'm just training you. I'm not going to go much more into the details about the Workday Studio because that's a totally different module altogether. And once you are like, 12 to 13 years of experience, then only you are eligible to go ahead and perform or you're able to go ahead and learn this module. So this is kind of an top-notch level of the Workday module that you're going to learn. Later down the line, 13 to 14 years, this is how the Workday Studio is being designed in such a manner that the architecture level only can perform this activity. But As I told you all, I am working as a project lead, so I want everyone to understand everything, whomsoever, whatsoever is talking into the team. So I just wanted to give you all the heads up what this Workday Studio is all about, how the layout is looking like. This is what the minimum information I wanted to give you all to you. That is so. This is what my integration syllabus would be comprised of: my reports, my calculated fields, my EID, my core characters. And Workday, I would be just doing a walkthrough with it. Okay. And the major important questions up here: why Workday? Okay. As I told you all people, your profile for the Workday will never ever get dead. Okay. Let's say, for example, if I have a Java developer. Okay. So now the Java developer, when you look up for any of the profiles, okay, let's say I do have a requirement, or I go ahead and search it on a Naukri, or let's say I search it on any of the social media platform. They require so many skill sets, and they require all the upgraded skill sets wherein my profile becomes degraded. Okay, try to understand the logic what I'm trying to tell you. So I cannot match up the the latest version of the requirement or the skill sets that has been put across. Okay, but on the contrary, when you talk about the workday, your skill sets will never ever get dead every time your profile is getting upgraded, in fact, because every now and then, every year, you get upgraded with a workday. As I tell you all that, there is a specific team who gives you the training for the upgrades for any minute notifications also. So you are at the top notch level where, because you are getting all the information on daily basis. So your profile is never ever gonna get dead. Okay? And when you talk about the verticals, you all are open to any other fields. Okay. They do not go ahead and give you um, you know, a limitation where your limitations would be stopped to some of these companies. No, you're open for HR, you're open for payroll, you're open for finance, or you're open for health sectors too. When we talk about the consultant salary, definitely it would be a mind-blowing salary for you. Even though if at all you start your career would be starting with 11 LP. Okay. 1 to 2 years down the line, it would be 22. It goes to 40, 50. It keeps on adding up. So the salary part, you do not have to worry. It would be always on the positive side. And when we talk about the growth, the job security is already 100% up your people. Okay. And after 3 years down the line, when you do a normal, office work job, you are entitled to go ahead and do the freelancing job also up here. Okay. You are being paid to get the consulting role. Okay. It's not that you would be doing a moonlighting stuff up here into the organization. No. After 3 years down the line, you are eligible to go ahead and get the freelancing job also. This can be an extra pocket money for you all, wherein you can earn or freelancing roles would be on hourly basis. This would be a part-time role for you all. So after 3 years, you would be eligible to go ahead and get the freelancing opportunities also. You can keep your job secured. Okay. Plus, you can even go ahead and earn extra. This is what the plus point is all about the consulting. Consulting and freelancing is after 3 years down the line, you can opt for this option. Okay. And yes, as I told you all that the market value and everything would be all strategized for you all. You do not have to worry about the salary part at all. Now you would tell me that, rather I would go to some other institute and, I can learn even work there. I would say yes, you're most welcome to learn any because this is the free world. Okay. Only the difference is mug up some of these data flowing charts and all everything. Okay. So over here, when we talk about the real-time scenarios and real life projects, it would be me who would be sharing my experiences, sharing all my pros and cons with you all so that I should give you all the real feel of the projects. Okay, the real-time scenarios, how the projects are implemented, how the configuration implementation takes place. Okay? I would rather go ahead and once you are done with the training, I would even help you all to go ahead and prepare your interviews. I would be giving you all the interview questions. All the trainings would be taken care of by me. And today's approach, I would be sounding very friendly to you. So this is what brings me to y'all to be a kind of a friendly approach to your people. And if y'all want, y'all can note down this person's number. Okay, he's an admin department from, and this is the number. If y'all wanted to continue with this training session, this is the number y'all can get in touch with.